to the Collective Bargaining Podcast. We are live. It's episode 5. I want to welcome a very special guest today. Just for this episode. He might be here for a couple more episodes, but he's here today to lend a helping hand because my other co-host, Atwe, is celebrating Thanksgiving right now in America. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in America. And I'd like to introduce to you my co-host for today, Mr. Pianki Toussaint. How are you, sir?
Oh man, I'm amazing. I'm excellent. I'm fantastic. I'm happy to be here. And as you can see by my t-shirt, of course, your opinion matters, just not to me. All right? Matters to the viewers, to the fans out there who's locked in, but just not to me, bro. But we'll have that conversation regardless, bro. We'll have that conversation regardless. Yeah. What I mean.
All right, so we got a couple topics that we want to go through with y'all today. And I just want to start straight into it, if you don't mind, Pete.
Come on, man. You run the show, bro.
Just for today. Arthur normally does most of the running. I assist.
Yo, I like that. Assist, was that like pun intended?
It was
assist?
Actually.
Okay, good. Before we go into the topic, though, I really want to say I log on to this show all the time. I'm a big fan of this show, and I really appreciate you guys bringing me on to fill in for the great Atwe Campbell, farm boy, balling in the city, Peoria, Illinois, the whole shebang. You know, thank you, appreciate it. All right,
we appreciate you, Pete.
Come on,
for doing this for us. We really
Come
do.
on, man. I wish I had more energy, though.
I don't think we need any more energy. Speaking of energy,
yeah, go ahead, man. I'm listening.
Who do you think is going to be the next breakout star in the NBA?
You know what rhymes with star? Ja. All right. I mean, best you ask me who besides Ja Morant is going to be the next breakout star. I think Ja Morant is going to be the next breakout star. I think, because he came in with Zion Williamson, sorry. A lot of people just were so hyped on Zion that they overlooked the Ja and the star power that he brings. I think he's playing at an all-star level already. He's been doing that since last year. He's carrying the Grizzlies to iconic wins. Remember, they knocked the Warriors out of the play-in tournament last season. This guy is serious. On a side note, I also want to say, I really admire the way Anthony Edwards posterized no-name dudes. I can't tell if they are no-name dudes or if I just can't remember their names after he obliterates them from the NBA. Remember that time he dunked the dude? Remember that dude he dunked on baseline last season?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Remember the one he did last night?
All right. Tell me each of those names, bro. You don't know. They don't exist anymore.
I don't know. I have no idea. I can't help
They're not part of our. They're no longer part. They gone into the multiverse. I don't know where they are, man. But these guys, it's over. It's over. No, but on a serious note, though, I mean, when you look at long-term star power, I look at Ja Morant, man. Like the athleticism is there.
Yes.
But as you know, that fades over time. But when you look at his ability to finish at the rim, either hand, the English he puts off on the backboard, he still needs to develop his shooting a bit. But he's already a leader. You know what I'm saying? He already can.
Right.
He's already a guy that can take you there. He goes hard, full energy. He's down for his teammates. He doesn't back down from anybody. He has a sort of an old school kind of aura about him as well. Ja Morant
mixed with a little new school.
Mixed with a new school.
A little new school. So if you had to, let's say, what's your top 5? Who's your next top 5 I got next?
Wow.
Ja is obviously number 1.
Yeah.
So who's your next 4?
Well, you put me on the spot there. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, for sure. And the thing I like about Anthony Edwards is that he makes scoring look so effortless. We always joke about the Steph-effortless vibe, of Steph Curry.
Yes.
Anthony Edwards is able to do the same thing, not really through the three pointers, but he has the ability to get to the ring, pull up off the dribble, posterized men until we no longer they remember the names. I mean, this guy, I think he really, really, really has a bright future in this league, man. Um, then you look around the league. I mean, forgive me, I'm pulling a Charles Barkley. I'm trying to remember this dude's name, the guy on the Rockets. Oh shucks, man, what's this dude's
Wood?
name? Yeah, Christian Wood. Right. This dude is also serious. He's got the length. He's got the agility. He can defend multiple
I hope you're
positions.
talking about Wood.
I am. I'm talking about Wood. Christian, right? Christian
Okay.
Wood, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Christian
Okay.
Wood.
Yeah. Come on, man. Yes. Right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, but honestly, yeah, he's a guy that is really spectacular. Honestly, another guy. This is an older guy, right? He's not old, but he's been in the league a long time, right? He finally got an All-Star nod last year. Really took the Knicks to another level. That's just Julius Randle. Julius Randle, man. I'm a big fan of Julius Randle and what he was able to accomplish last season in the playoffs. They really honed in on him, right? And they really showcased some weaknesses in his game. And he said right after that, man, that he's just going to take this time to work on his craft, get better, not make excuses. He saw times where he could have passed out of the double and the triple teams, be smarter. And I've seen it already this season. And he's really pushing. And bro, I'm telling you, that's what is that 4?
That's 4.
Oh man, you're not gonna like number 5.
Well, I don't really like 3 and 4, but all right, go ahead.
Number 5. Number 5 is LB, Mr. Ball, and I ain't talking LaMelo. Because I ain't talking LaMelo. I'm talking Lonzo Ball. Do you see how the Bulls are clicking right now, man? Do you see how the Bulls are clicking right now? Listen. This is no.
The list is top 5. Who got next?
All right. Hear what. All right. If you wanna take Julius Randle off my list because he's too old.
I wasn't even talking about Julius. But
you talking about Wood? You talking about Wood? Who you want to take off my list? What are you talking
take
about?
Number 3, number 4, and number 5.
All right. Oh,
need a redo.
All right. Listen. Number 1, I had no, hold on. I do remember. Relax yourself, bro. Right. Come on, man. I'm in the Caribbean sunshine, even though it's nighttime, right? Listen, Number 1, I had Ja Morant, right?
Correct.
Number 2, I had Anthony Edwards. Number 3, I had Christian Wood. Number 4, I had Julius Randle. And number 5, I have my boy, Lonzo Ball. Listen, don't get me wrong. See, LaMelo is big time. No. He is. Okay. And I rate him, right? And to be honest with you, there could be a spot in the mix. You ain't taking off Lonzo, though. I can tell you that, right? But the difference between Lonzo and LaMelo for me, who's this Facebook user that's yelling out my name and spelling it incorrectly? Listen, Piankhi, right? Don't use exclamation marks either. It's right? Randall is top 2. That's what I'm talking about. Randall is top 2. Oh my God. Anyway, so I'm just saying now, you see Lonzo, a lot of the stuff that Lonzo doesn't show up in the stat sheets. And if you know me, people, if you know me well, I'm not a big stats guy. But when you look at what the Bulls are able to accomplish, right, with that trio, with Lonzo Ball anchoring not only the offensive side of the ball. I mean, this man is phenomenal. And I realized he got a lot of hate. And when his brother came in the league, all flashy, underhand, full court passes, alley-oops to his teammates and all that stuff. I get it. But I can tell you, Zion flourished because of his own talent, but also because of Lonzo Ball. That's my 5, and I'm sticking to it. According to Kendrick Perkins, I said what I said.
So I got a question. So that's your 5, right? I'm not saying this is part of my 5, but I have a serious question. What do you think about Michael Porter Jr.?
All right, listen, I'm conflicted, right? Let me tell you, right? Michael Porter Jr., reminds me of myself, right? No, I'm
What?
telling you.
What?
No,
All
this
right.
is real
I'm
talk. This is real
listening. I'm
talk.
listening.
This is real talk, right? So why are you on this book? Can I read the comments as we go
Yeah, yeah.
along?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, this guy says, why are you on the Bulls train and the season just start? We all know what's gonna happen. They're gonna crash after the All-Star break, and Zach LaVine going to ask
Wow.
for a trade. We
That's
ain't
a
talking
bit
Zach
of a
LaVine, we talking
stretch.
Lonzo Ball anyway.
That's a bit
Zach
of a stretch.
LaVine, yeah, all right, Zach. You know what I mean? Dunker. Anyway,
That sounds
right?
like Wilbur.
Yeah, but mind you, I'm not on the Bulls train. Okay, I'm just for the record. I'm just saying the way that they're clicking now, and Lonzo Ball is doing his thing. Right. What's the question you asked me, Lonzo?
Michael Porter Jr. Sir.
Right. The guy that reminds me of myself. Now listen.
Yes. There we go.
I've played basketball with you, right, for over 20 years. We know
correct.
we're not on this podcast just talking, out of our, we legit. We live this, we breathe this, we play this, right? And Michael Porter Jr. is one of those dudes I realize has a mentality of, if we outscore the other team, we're gonna win, right? He don't need to be the defensive dude that Aaron Gordon is, or the dude that left to go to Detroit. What's his name? Don't matter. He's not on Denver right now, right? Michael Porter Jr. can hit the three. He's big, hit the fadeaway, right? Get to you, left, right, ambidextrous. The only reason why I say I'm conflicted about Michael Porter Jr. is because I'm in a GOAT league with you, and I'm in the same league with Atway, and I was on auto pick accidentally, and I got Michael Porter Jr. because they ranked him like top 5.
Nope. Top 10.
It was some ridiculous number. But I was like, oh, I saw Michael Porter Jr. on my team, and I went, oh, cool. And I was like, wait, that was my first pick. This dude was my first pick, and I got like the.
Yeah, they had him ranked in the top 10. So ridiculous. That's why I'm interested to know.
I know
what you think about his game, and why would they rank him that high in especially fantasy basketball.
I think they ranked him that high because remember when before Jamal Murray got injured, he called them out and said, yo, we got other people that can do this. He had game-winning shots, big time, timely baskets. He was clicking. He's a young guy with a lot of upside. So I figured that with another season without Jamal Murray coming back at least early, that they figured, he had more time to develop, and he would have come out blazing because Jokic needs a second option. So I assume the experts that always get fantasy rankings wrong, like James Harden number 1. Wow. They assumed. No, I love James Harden, but they assumed that he would have a bigger role, and that was it. I'm just upset I was on auto pick. These comments are really coming in, boy. What? Knicks guaranteed first, second round. Yeah, come on, Atway, man. Bulls. Oh man. Oh boy. Yeah, Atway, too much cranberry sauce. I agree, bro. What's in that cranberry sauce? What's in that cranberry sauce, man? Come on, man.
I mean, I would say the Knicks are going to be a first or second round exit.
Yeah.
If we just want to state that right here.
All right. Okay. Hypothetically, they go into the league. They go into the playoffs at what seed?
They go into the playoffs at the 7th seed.
The 7th seed, and they go to the second round. So who they play in the first round then?
You think they play in the first round?
But you said they go into the second round. So if they're the 7th seed, go to the second round. I mean, it's either gonna be Brooklyn.
No, it's not gonna be Brooklyn. Brooklyn's gonna hold the number 1 seed. So it's probably gonna be either the 76ers or Chicago Bulls.
And they're gonna be one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you don't think so?
Oh,
it's possible.
Look at the time. Thanks. It's been a great show, people. It's been a great show. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm just saying it's the possibility that they can beat. They have shown the potential to beat good team once they
Listen,
play properly.
I don't often agree with Arthur, but Arthur is in the comment section and he says they're not beating any of them. Knicks ain't beating Chicago, bro. Come on, man. And they're not beating 70. Well, ah, Sixers.
Sixers with Ben Simmons.
Sixers. Well, I don't think Ben Simmons is the issue. I think Doc Rivers is the issue. But anyway, we can speak about that another time. Yeah.
But don't forget Ben and Embiid aren't a great fit. So there's that as well.
That's nonsense, yo. What's up with the exclamation marks, man? Listen, don't address me.
They're happy to see you.
Don't address me with exclamation marks, please.
They're happy to see you, P.
Like when you see me.
They're happy to see you.
But look at you, Logs. You're like, yeah, P. What's up? You know? Don't shout at me. I don't like people shouting at me.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Yeah. So since we're talking about the playoffs, right?
Oh boy.
I want to ask you this.
Go ahead, shoot.
How far can the Brooklyn Nets go? All right. So hold on. It's a two-part question.
Okay.
How far can the Brooklyn Nets go without Kyrie?
Oh, far, man. Far. They can go all the way to the NBA Finals without Kyrie Irving.
Can they win?
No.
Who they playing?
Did I answer that fast enough? Ask me again.
You answered it pretty quickly. You answered pretty quickly.
No.
Who are they playing? Who are they playing in the West from the West?
I mean, I want them to play the Suns. That's who I want them to play. No, that's who I want them to play. Lawrence,
fair enough.
But
it's not happening. It's not last year.
As it looks right now, they're going to be playing the Warriors.
Okay.
They don't win a game. I mean, I'm just. No, they don't.
They don't win a game.
No, they don't win a game. But they can get out of the East. When you really look at the East from top to bottom, there is no team like the teams out West. So there's no team like, okay, like, you look at the Warriors, you're like, wow, how are you going to beat that team? And if you're a Jazz fan, you hope. If you're a Suns fan, you hope. If you're a Brooklyn fan, you pray. You know what I'm saying? It's different, and you probably pray for an injury or suspension because.
But you got two
full team
two
to full
of
team.
The best players on the same team. You got James Harden, you got KD, and you got a bunch of role players who are great. What more do you need?
All right, let's play that game. Cancel out the star, right?
All right.
So Steph Curry, James Harden, boom, right. Good night, right? And then you got Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green canceling out KD, right? Because right, and then who else you got on Brooklyn? Patty Mills, LaMarcus Aldridge, and then when Golden State goes small ball, he can't really hang with them. So as you saw, Steve Nash the other day get out coached. He didn't even play LaMarcus Aldridge in the first half. He just knew one time, bro, you can't even play. You can't even play tonight. That's what's gonna happen in the playoffs as well. And then when Wiseman comes back, I mean, they got no big in Brooklyn to hang with Wiseman. Jordan Poole and Clay hasn't even returned. Stop it, man. It's unfair. It's unfair.
So that means you're saying the Warriors are clear cut to win the West and the NBA.
Man, you're really rolling through these topics, bro.
No, you brought it in, so I'm saying you clear cut because we were talking about the Nets and he was like, yeah, no way they're beating them. So but
no, it's not clear cut. It's not clear cut that they'll come out the West, but I do believe that the winner of the NBA playoffs this year is coming from the West.
All right, fair enough. So back to the Nets. Do you think Kyrie's coming back?
No. Excuse me. No, I don't think so.
All right, cool. So is that because you don't think the NBA is going to change any rules, or just he's not going to take the vaccine, period?
I don't think he's going to take the vaccine. And he's a polarizing individual, and he has a lot of support for his stance. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's not as though he's on an island. There's people protesting outside of Barclays Center. You know, the whole vaccine mandates is things that's fought against throughout the entire United States. So whether you like or dislike the fact that he's unvaccinated, his protests against vaccine mandates has really, really strong supporters. So I don't think he has real incentive to come back. And let me ask you: is he's getting paid for road games, right?
Yeah, he's getting paid because he's eligible to play at
On the
all
road,
road games. Yeah.
yeah,
But the only thing is the team said, I think he's still getting paid. Is he getting? No, he can't get paid for home games. But the team said, well, of course, the team said that, if we can't have you for every game, then we don't want you for half the games. So you can sit on the bench at home.
bro. I'm sorry, I muted you accidentally. I'm sorry, I didn't. Ouch, bro. I was trying to do. I was trying to like take down the brightness on my screen, and then I pressed something, and then
Wow.
yeah, I
Wow.
apologize. I
Keep
apologize.
behaving.
Now you can put my name in exclamation marks. Forgive
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was saying was that the team said they don't want him for half the games, which he's eligible for. So they tell him they can sit on the bench at home.
Yeah, well, I mean, get paid, bro.
Yeah, I mean, do what you got to do. I mean, I for one think, I love Kyrie as a player.
Right.
I think he's the most skilled player in the NBA.
Right.
But we know how he can be when it comes to off the court stuff and his stances on different topics, especially the vaccine one, where he has a very firm belief that it's my body, I should be able to do what I want with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is
I
fair.
mean, yeah, I respect. I respect Kyrie's position. The the difficulty I have with Kyrie at times is that he speaks so dismissively about basketball at times, when basketball is a thing that gave him the platform to have such a powerful stance in society. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, if Kyrie stays out of, playing ball for the next, I don't know, 5 years, for example, right? He'll just be another like loudspeaker. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't.
Yeah.
The weight he carries is from people's desire to see him, his abilities as a basketball player. And he takes a strong stance on some really serious and important issues, but he seems always very willing to just sacrifice the ball playing. And it's not just about him. He has teammates with championship aspirations. He has a ring. Harden doesn't have a ring, and KD wants to prove that he can win a ring without the Golden State Warriors and their system. And it's kind of like, he's like, hard luck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm conflicted at times with Kyrie.
He's strong-minded. He has he thinks that his beliefs matter more than what he actually is getting paid to do. So as you were rightfully saying, if he doesn't play for the next 5 years, then we'll be like, who are you again? Oh,
Yeah.
right. You're that guy that used to play ball. Right. I forgot about you.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to end up.
And it's easy to say you don't need money and you can live without money if you have $100 million.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is very true.
Come on.
But he's of this belief that you have to be about mental health, which is always good. Mental health is needs to be checked on. We need to focus on mental health. But he's willing to sacrifice it all, like you said. He's willing to give up everything just to save mental health, to be a great peace of mind, it's my body. I should decide what I want to do with it. That's Kyrie. Like what I said, I love him on the court. Off the court, it's a little bit more questionable because I question his drive sometimes.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Like, I mean, to be honest, you could give me $500,000. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be USF, US.
Oh,
I'd, yeah, yeah,
I mean, of course,
yeah,
of
yeah,
course.
and I'd be happy. So I can't imagine how I'd be if I had $100 million or $200 million. And that's the thing with these guys, you know. Um, they're saying like LeBron is the first active billionaire, and so really, if you don't play a second of basketball for the rest of your life, you're set. And a lot of these NBA players, us, based on us, the fans, we the fans, supporting the product, purchasing, merchandise, tickets, streaming access. We've given these players the ability to become multi-millionaires. So if a guy decides, you know what, I believe in social justice, I believe in fighting against mandatory vaccines, he can afford to just say, I ain't playing. And when you go, well,
Yeah.
we're not paying you, you can say,
Okay.
okay. You know what I mean?
But
I
I
got
think,
my I got my Nike endorsement deal, you know what I'm saying?
but to that point, I think there are certain players that hold more weight when it comes to just outside of basketball. So they could go outside of basketball and do other things. And I don't want to bring in my boy in, rest in peace to the greatest that I've ever seen. Right? He was able to go and do other
Reggie Miller
things.
died?
I said the greatest I have ever seen, not you have ever seen.
You never seen Reggie Miller play, bro?
But yeah, now going down this road.
All right, go ahead. All right, sorry, continue. Continue, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you, bro. Go ahead, man.
It's okay. Yeah, he was able to go down different paths and still hold his still hold the crowd, the people. Everybody followed him in no matter which line of business that he went in, whether it was just writing books, whether it was the short film, whether it was the business, whatever he went to, people were still like, all right, cool, I support you.
Yeah.
And there are only a few, I think LeBron will actually fall into that as well. He could leave basketball now, but is it because he's reached that level? So I could do what I want now.
Yeah. And that's what it is. Like LeBron was in a movie. I can't remember what movie it was in. And I assessed at the time, this dude is a terrible actor. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, terrible actor. They both did Space Jam movies. You know what I'm saying? Both raked in, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars in the box office. Not because they're Denzel. It's because they're LeBron and they're Jordan. Like their brand was predicated on their ability to really capture the hearts and minds of people watching them play ball. And Kyrie's Uncle Drew. Kyrie's a better actor than all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he started off as Uncle Drew for real.
Come on, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Kyrie's one of them dudes. I feel like if he was in if he lived in Grenada and he was in another circle of friends, I'd be like, I respect that guy. But if he was in my circle of friends, I'd be like, oh, this dude fretted me, bro. I say it, bro. We're supposed to go to the mall. What do you mean you're gonna sit down in the playing field and protest? Our current administration winning 15 seats, and there should be a valid opposition. All right. Well, did you vote? You know what I'm saying? Anyway.
So
you catch what I'm saying.
This is how you assume that KD is feeling right now.
Yeah. Yo, I respect KD. Let me tell you, KD is the best actor in the NBA.
Oh,
KD
wow.
sits there and well, at the end of the day, he's his own man, and I think we just focus on playing ball right now. When he comes back, we're there to support our brother. I'm like, KD, you're lying, bro. But I can't tell.
That's his best friend. That's his best friend.
Yo, best friend. Maybe, but you call out your best friend, I'm sure he's been talking to Kyrie. Like, okay, do you remember that live that they won? I don't know if it was Instagram, when Kyrie was talking about like he should post up more. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Right? Do you remember how accommodating KD was?
Yes.
And then he said like, "Oh, I disagree, blah blah blah." But really, you wanted to really say, "Dog, you're talking nonsense. You're talking crap, bro." That's what you wanted to say, but he realized that Kyrie's a sensitive dude, and you can't, man. Anyway,
He needs him for the team, and
exactly,
all of these things. Okay.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
So I have a question.
All right.
As we're on Kyrie,
according to Khaled, another one.
Yeah. So do you think the Nets will trade Kyrie?
No,
because of the situation.
No. You know why? Because nobody wants him.
Ooh.
Like, really, who wants Kyrie right now?
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
I mean, like, they would trade him if another team wanted him.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
They can't trade him to the Knicks.
They have at least 25 teams that would take Kyrie right now.
Okay.
But I would want Kyrie.
Okay. There's at least 25 teams that would take Kyrie depending on A, vaccine mandates, and B, his interest in being wherever that team is, and C, their assessment of his mental fortitude at that time. It's not a no-brainer. I'm telling you, I guarantee you, right? I'm putting my GM hat on. Guaranteed, right? Let me, my mask falling out there. Oh, you saw that? Anyway. Right. More teams would be interested in taking Ben Simmons than Kyrie Irving, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying that I agree with it, because I'll quicker take Kyrie than to take Ben.
Yeah.
I like Ben.
Yeah. You always win your red or dead jerseys. You know what I mean? Imagine you traded for Kyrie and Kyrie just says, "You know what? I don't believe in colorism, and Logs is saying red or dead, and I don't believe in, if you're not light-skinned, that you are not important member of society. So I decided I'm going to sit out the rest of the season, and stand up for all the dark-skinned brothers like Pianki, and Atway. This guy is prone to do anything. At least Ben, so Ben, you saw the whole vibe with him not willing to shoot and that sort of stuff. You saw that, and we get that, we understand that. But Doc Rivers is a crap coach. Don't even, right? So that's that. But at least you can feel some sort of confidence that you can work with this guy, and get him to a point where he feels comfortable in your system. Kyrie is an amazing talent. You can build your system around him, but then one day he'll just be like, not today.
That's a major problem. And I think that's probably why he's on the Brooklyn Nets with KD, because at least they have KD to fall back on. And they were luckily enough to get James Harden to hide even more the fact that he's not there.
Yeah, but James Harden ain't been doing anything, man. I like James Harden. No, he hasn't. What's he averaging right now? 19 points per game?
He's gotten better.
I'm not a stats man. I'm just saying, I
know. But the injury I think the injury low-key kept him back for the first couple of days. Plus he was trying to adjust to the refs not calling his fouls anymore. So there was a mixture of the two. There was no explosiveness. Plus, he was adjusting to, all right, how am I going to hook my arm this time if they're not going to call it? I think that's what I think it was.
You know, you say that I could just picture him in the game dribbling. Okay, how am I gonna hook my arm this? How am I gonna hook this? How am I gonna throw back my head this time?
Yeah, so
Man.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Was of the injury plus the fact that he was adjusting to the refs not calling what they used to call last season.
I got you.
Yeah. All right.
You know,
so
as a mild aside, forgive me.
Go ahead.
I really love the name of this podcast, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, the Collective Bargaining Podcast.
Yeah. Took us a little while, but we got there.
Yeah, straight. And
of course,
go ahead. Yeah.
Now, I say, of course, my opinion matters.
I'm so upset. Listen, before I told you go ahead, I was about to say, but of course your opinion doesn't matter. I swear, that's what I was about to say, bro. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I had a feeling.
Bro, I thought this was a union. Like, what do you mean by a union? Please, yeah. Please elaborate.
Please elaborate.
There's many types. There's trade unions, Gabriel unions.
That's a good union.
Is it though? Okay.
All right, let's go back. Let's go back.
What's the next topic, bro?
Let's go back to basketball.
We play
basketball. We were talking about Kyrie. Not really being traded. But who do you think? Obviously, minus Ben Simmons. Who do you think is the next NBA star to be traded? Most likely to be traded.
Oh man, I really, I don't see it happening, but I'm really hoping that John Wall is able. Ooh. Yeah, it's an odd situation in Houston because they don't seem to want to buy him out, and his contract is so exorbitant. It's like what's that word they use? Albatross of a contract.
Yes,
that he can't easily be moved. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you could send him into the Rockets for John Wall. I don't know. I don't know.
To correct you is he doesn't want a buyout because he doesn't want to lose all that money, because when he gets a buyout, most likely you have to give up almost $30 million. And he doesn't want to do that.
There's a local song here for all those people who logged on international. There's a song in Grenada. It's called Stop That. You can go on YouTube, just type Stop That, not that, D-A-T, Stop That, Soca. You'll get that song. I'm telling you. That's what John Wall needs to do. This dude has one of the biggest contracts in NBA history.
Because his contract is so huge. Yes, because his contract is so huge, it's very difficult to move him, and they're not going to move him unless they get something significant in return.
I never knew that was the issue.
Yeah,
trade unions are collective bargaining units. All right, thank you.
Appreciate that.
I know, I keep leaning forward to read the comments. That's because I have my screen very far back away from me, so you can keep being reminded that your opinion doesn't matter for my shirt. If I'm close, you don't get the whole essence of the shirt, so I gotta keep it back here.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. I'm just giving people a behind the scenes look into the minds of podcast hosts.
Which podcast host, Pete?
Well, guest hosts.
And we appreciate you for being here as a guest host. I might actually come back one of these days when Atwe is here, so we can get a great debate.
Yeah, man, I love to do it, man. I love to do it, but I don't know. I don't want to debate with Atwe, man. Atwe has these kind of weird. I don't know if you. I don't recall you ever speaking about this, but Atwe predicted that the Warriors would be 10th in the West or some nonsense.
We spoke about it.
How do you debate against somebody like that? Why did you waste your time, Logs? Why you waste that? I came on this podcast without a watch because I didn't want to waste time dealing
Oh
with that
wow.
way, bro. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, bro.
Wow. Well
Shots
done.
fired. Come on, bro. I know, right? I just came up with that on the spot. Yeah, but
Well
back to your
done.
question, I am hoping that John Wall makes a move because A, I want to see him play, and B, I stashed him on my fantasy roster.
Of
So
course.
some minutes played would be good. Um, outside of him, I think as much as I hope not, I think Indiana might make a move. They're lower seeded than we would have liked.
Okay.
The tandem of Miles Turner and Sabonis is not quite clicking to the effectiveness that they would like. So, and I see them looking at Sabonis as a better piece to build around.
Right.
So, Miles Turner being moved would not shock me. I hope not, because I love Indiana. Indiana is my favorite basketball team.
Yes, I know this
Um,
personally.
yeah. Splash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you know? Do
think
you know
I think
Steph Curry's favorite player?
Indiana. I'm listening.
Reggie Miller.
Mm,
Ask him. It is. I
okay.
mean, come on. I can pull up some video. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm reading a comment. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I think Indiana's team, they have a weird advantage. They are very overloaded when it comes to the forward/center position. So
Sorry,
that
which,
gives
which
them
team is that?
Indiana.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay. I'm leaning
Yeah,
forward as though I can hear closer
I
to
was
the mic.
wondering the same thing.
I'm like, what? What? Forgive me. I'm not accustomed
Yeah,
to these things. You guys are the podcast veterans, man. Thanks for
I
having me.
mean, yeah, we're relatively new to the podcast. This is only episode 5.
Yeah. Can I just indulge you
Yeah,
and
the comment section.
and I'll comment. When you see me do this, I'm looking at the comment section, right? When you see me do this, I'm looking at the battery of my device. I don't know. It seems to be running down pretty fast, so I keep checking just to make sure it's all
Gotta
good.
keep it, you gotta keep it plugged in, P.
Yeah, bro. Do you see where I am?
Uh,
I'm
listen, I
outside. We
taking this
outside.
juice.
Come on, man. Back when they put us on lockdown, it was difficult to be outside. So I thought, why not, cherish the opportunity to be outside and do this podcast with you outside.
Well, I hope you have a lot of battery power left. So
I don't, but
RP. We had a question in the comment section that asked, who do you guys think will be the next face of the NBA after LeBron?
well, they're trying to make it Zion.
You still think they're trying to make it Zion?
Yeah, but like right now, his face in proportion to the rest of him is small. But if I had to pick somebody,
Shit.
I for now it's wow. You see, when LeBron is gone, it's gonna basically be KD and Steph also on their way out.
Yes. So you gotta like find a new face.
All them dudes that we know right now, man, they're gonna be on their way out. Like
No,
Lillard is
come
gonna
on.
be on the way.
You still
Lillard's gonna be on
you
the way
still
out.
have you have Luca. You have Trey, you have Ja.
To
right?
be honest, I was thinking Ja until you said Luca. There you go, Luca. That's it.
Okay.
Next face of the NBA.
We got Jason Tatum.
No, bro. Stop. Don't even listen. I know this is not my podcast, but can I make a request not to even mention that dude's name for the rest of the time that we're on this show?
Why are you and Atwe hate so much,
bro,
on Jason Tatum?
Listen, people out there, we have international listeners, right? We have a company in Grenada. It's called Wamas, right? Yeah. Wamas is a company that will collect
environmental
Jason Tatum's. That's what they collect. It's a garbage collection company, people.
That is correct.
Yo, Jason Tatum is so overrated, man. This dude, like what? because he's a Kobe fan, all of a sudden
Wow.
he's great. Oh,
Wow.
because Kobe Bryant broke down some film on detail. Yo, oh man, I miss detail by the way. But anyway, because Kobe
Same.
broke down some stuff on detail, now all of a sudden Jason Tatum is some next coming of, you know, uh all-time great player. Stop it, man. Stop it, man. Stop
I
it,
mean,
man.
you don't think Jason Tatum is
No, no, no.
above average player?
You still asking? Yo! Oh my
Nah,
goodness.
I had to join in straight off the dinner table, man. I hear somebody say Jason Tatum is trash. Yo, I gotta first of all, I
God.
gotta join in and just clap, man.
Oh,
Finally.
God.
Come on,
Nah,
man.
he's not trash, but he's just not what
Yeah, he's not
the
that
media
guy.
is selling,
Listen,
man. He's not. Yeah,
trade Jason Tatum, keep Jalen Brown. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah,
You on this bandwagon as well?
Yo, no, it's
I
not a
love it.
bandwagon. It's called the truth, bro.
I love it. I
It's
love it.
called the truth.
Okay.
Yo, besides the fact that Kobe Bryant is Jason Tatum's favorite player, what's good about Jason Tatum? Tell me, Logs. I'm interested to know because
Let's hear this. Let's hear this.
this is my first question of the night. It's my first- I mean, come on, man. I'm anxious to know.
What
You
was the
know?
question again? I forgot.
Well, besides Kobe Bryant being his favorite player, what's good about Jason Tatum, man?
What do you mean? He's got all the size, athleticism. He's got the skills. He can play defense. What more do you want? I mean, his decision making is a little questionable,
Okay,
but he has all the intangibles to be a great player.
let me tell you what I agree with. Everything. There's one thing I agree with what you said. He's big. That's it. Athletic. I can't say like he's like this kind of dude. You see, like Anthony Edwards sending people to Lacqua. For those people who international, Lacqua is a funeral home here in Grenada. Anthony Edwards is like destroying people with his athleticism. You look at guys like DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine. I mean, come on, and you
Okay.
want to say like Jason Tatum is some
So he's
athletic
not
dude?
athletic?
I wouldn't.
not athletic?
Okay, that's a trick question. What we're saying is relative to the NBA player base.
He's athletic.
Is he? Would you consider him? If let's say you got athletic, we're talking guys jumping over the backboard, right?
Okay.
You got maybe somewhere in the middle, guys that
Then that's tier 1 and that's tier
guys
2.
that
then.
could maybe poster and so they have the ability to do dunks, etc. But it's not. They don't have that extra lift. It's not Vince, it's not Jordan, it's not Braun with the power jams, it's not, it's not up there with T-Max and all those guys. You got those guys that seem like they're not really lifting off the ground, but because they have the length, they could still finish pretty effectively. And that's
there's
where
one,
I put him.
but it's no. I don't put him in that category. I give him
Yeah.
another category for himself, right?
Well-
I put him in a category of dudes that get their dunks blocked by Bam Adebayo in the playoffs because they can't get high enough to poster people.
You remember when
yeah,
LeBron
I mean,
got
he-
blocked in the finals?
What?
He's borderline, but that's a rare occurrence, right? What I would say is he's
happened.
borderline between, I would say, that final tier, guys that could actually dunk, but they're just not really dunkers, so to speak, and guys that could poster, but he's not really, he doesn't really get up that high. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: he's not super athletic,
He's not.
and
Like
we're
he-
comparing them. NBA players are athletes. Let's establish that.
Yes.
All right. But what we're
yeah.
doing is we're comparing the player base only.
The
We're
player-
not saying
exactly.
compared to us. We're saying compared to only NBA players. He's not up there with the top athletes, man.
Actually, if I may
in
say
terms of
too, like even
raw
on his,
athleticism, right?
even on
right
his
now-
own team.
Right now, Mike dying on the inside, man. You trying to kill us right now.
That's what I'm saying. Logs, even on his own team. Listen, this might sound like a joke. I promise you, it's not. I'm being totally genuine. When I look at on his own team, when I look at Jason Tatum dunk, and I look at Al Horford dunk, I see no difference.
Wow.
Al Horford
I don't
is-
even know what to say.
I mean,
I,
um,
I,
That's
yeah,
it.
no. You know what? I see what he's saying it with some extra flair because he's trying to punch holes in your armor. You understand?
I
But
don't even know
but
what to say.
but I get what you're saying. Al Horford is definitely in terms of the NBA. He's not
Not very
super
athletic.
athletic,
No,
but he could
he's
still
not
poster.
mobile.
He could
Yeah.
still
Yes.
poster.
Yes.
Once he gets momentum, he could put you on a poster. But he's
Exactly.
not above. His head is not at the rim. He's not doing this nasty looking tomahawk. There's no flair to it, and I think that's
So-
what he's getting at.
So
You ever seen
P's
Jason?
definition of athletic is those who could get above the rim.
Lift, and flair is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like
exactly.
he is nowhere. There's no way you could put him in the same category as the Kobe's, the LeBrons, guys that know how to. Okay, if they get fast break, or Paul George, if they get fast break, they finish with a 360, or they give you like a
Okay.
reverse. You know what I mean, or something like that. He's not that type, and
Yeah.
you must be within the NBA body. You have to be an athlete within that. base of
Exactly.
athletes
Within
to-
that
Exactly.
that
Yeah,
sub.
okay.
You know what I'm
So-
saying, right? Yeah, that subset. Is a
So that's
subset.
athleticism.
So, yeah.
But he also mentioned about the defense. I'm like, what are you,
Yeah.
Rolex? What are you talking about? Is that just a word? Is that a word? Like you
Uh-oh.
just say, oh, defense?
Uh-oh.
Like, oh,
Well,
defense.
because of his
What is-
length. Because of his length, right? I think he has because of his length. That's why I was saying he's athletic, because his length gives him an unfair advantage because he's also a ball handler, and that's where he gets the advantage from as well. On defense, he's able, because of his length and his skill set, he's able to guard smaller guards as well as small forwards, right?
I think his skill set is on offense is what we could say is maybe, I'd say is somewhere between all-star and I'd say it's on that boundary of all-star and star. Now star is not, you have superstar, which is for me the
Yes.
elite.
Yeah.
But
Elite,
you have
best of the
then
best.
star, which is a class above all-star, and then you have all-star, and then you go to borderline all-star, and then
Yeah,
scrubbish role
Yes.
players type,
correct.
that type of stuff. So I think he's somewhere in between on offense. I'd put him somewhere between. I'd say he's borderline star. Defense. I just
No,
I think he has
not,
potential to
yeah.
trouble you, but I won't put him as elite. And this
No, he's
is
not elite.
why.
He's not elite.
This is why. I was nearly laughed off the show
Jalen
When-
Brown? You're gonna
when
go
I
bring back
said-
Jalen Brown?
when I said he's not the number one player in Boston.
He's not.
He's
He isn't,
not.
though.
He's not.
He
I'm
isn't.
so happy I have this support right now.
You know what this is? Let me tell you what this
Haters
is.
inside
Arthur, I don't know if you're listening earlier, but what this is the red
Bunch
or
of
dead
haters
syndrome.
inside here.
Red or dead syndrome. That's what it is.
my
That's what's happening
Wow.
right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the red or dead syndrome. Because I'm biased. I'm very biased, and I'll admit this, right? I grew up admiring shooters, right?
Yeah.
Reggie Miller's my favorite player. I love Steph Curry, and I was a big fan of Steph Curry until my brother Jean decided to monopolize Steph Curry fandom, right? So
Yes.
nobody else is allowed to be a Steph Curry fan besides Jean in Grenada. Apparently, he
remember
bought the
that.
rights.
I remember.
He bought the rights to Steph Curry fandom in Grenada.
I've
So I'm no
run
longer
into
allowed-
him. I've run into him in that context. And
Yeah,
he came forward, and I mean, he made the mistake of saying, I would, say it's a mistake, because he came forward and said Steph is a GOAT. I think that's, listen, it's an opinionated thing, but, conversation and subject. However, there's certain opinions that are so far off because of the lack of weight they carry for ammunition. And I think there's no case in history you could make. There's just nothing weighty enough to get behind Steph being the GOAT. You listen to a man argument and you're like, you know what? I ain't even gonna waste time arguing, because you made some solid points, and I think you could argue that. But I listened to him and I listened to the points, and I was like, listen, man, you are just giving me evidence to hang you right now. You know, because you could be slaughtered by multiple people in an argument right now to try and say that stuff. And I hope somebody tags him in this so that he has an opportunity to defend himself at some point. But I'd love to hear him tell us why Steph is the GOAT. You know,
Steph
I
is a shooting
Well,
goat. He's a shooting goat.
shooting definitely.
Listen,
Yeah, he's a shooting goat.
listen. I had a suggestion for a segment on this podcast, right?
Right.
When Logs was telling me that, Logs was trying to have this conversation with me about like Joe Dumars potentially being better than Reggie Miller, right? And I said, this is a perfect topic for a segment, right?
Right.
Called Topics I Won't Entertain, right? So like on today's edition of Topics I Won't Entertain, you can say
being
Steph
a
Curry.
Steph Curry
Steph is
is
a good. Right.
But you know, you know what? And you might shoot me for this. That
Splash.
Joe Dumars subject, respect to Reggie Miller,
Right.
but resume wise, if you didn't look at context and you just for the first time, let's say somebody put whiteouts on the names, right? And they just broke down their resumes for you and you compared the resumes. You might have some trouble giving it to Reggie's side off the resume alone. Now, obviously, we know the context, and you can't make an argument about what if Joe Dumars was the number one player. I think that you have to add that injection to it to actually make that argument work. And
Right.
that's the main flaw with that argument in trying to propel Joe Dumars. But what people are trying to say is that, when you look at Joe Dumars' resume, it's heavy and it actually stacks up pretty well against Reggie's when just on what's on paper after what's been. So I think Joe Dumars had an excellent career, and there are many other players in the league that have had that, just a wonderful career. But when you add that context now, that what do we say? The bird's eye view. When you actually look at the games and you add the context, 10 seconds left on the clock. Reggie with the ball.
I mean, I
We
believe in
know
Reggie.
we
Good night.
we know the business. We know what that man has done when it truly matters at the end of the day. So the career argument and what's on the resume is just simply not enough. I saw it, the resume thing, and I was like, ooh, this is serious.
And Joe
Then-
Joe has the advantage because he has a couple rings.
Yeah, he has a couple rings too. So it's something that, I mean, it sounds insulting, but when I looked at it on the paper, man, I was like, ooh, if we had to
It's
wait
close.
all of this together, I could see why some people, especially a Pistons fan, might have a inlet, man. So it's one of those things, man. P, you might have to be careful here, man. If we put you on a panel with somebody arguing the other side, it might not be that easy. But you might, I think where you win the argument is where you bring up, man, listen, the eye test says that when the game is counting down and you need a player to get the job done, Reggie's that big game boy,
Reggie.
and that's it. That's
Well,
it.
I think I win that argument by just not even entertaining it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's at the end of the day, all right, you know what? I'll indulge, okay? All right. Reggie Miller is the greatest clutch performer that the NBA has ever seen. Right?
Don't know
Hold
that
up,
one, but okay.
hold up. You look at Jordan over Craig Elo, yes. You look at Jordan over Brian Russell, yes. Right? But if you're down one,
Mm-hmm.
right? You want Jordan, right?
Okay.
That's it.
Mhm.
Forget stats for a moment.
Mhm.
Just
Okay.
thoughts.
Mhm.
You're down two and you want to win the game with one shot. You want Reggie Miller. You're
mean
down
Kobe?
three. No. You're down three and you need to tie the game.
Kobe?
Reggie Miller. That's it. There's nobody else. As great as Steph Curry is, end of the game, you probably want him on the bench. You know what I'm saying? And
Steph's not clutch, man. I'm
no,
He's
sorry.
he's
not
not.
clutch. He's not
Yeah,
clutch.
he's
He's
not
not
clutch.
clutch.
He's
I'm
not.
sorry,
He's
Steph
not.
fans. He's just not
He's
clutch.
not. Reggie Miller is my favorite player, and I felt so personally disrespected when he wasn't named a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's a second ballot Hall of Famer. He's in the Hall of Fame, but I'm like, really? T Mac is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You see,
How is Reggie
Wilbur.
Miller not
That is
a first
that
ballot
is
Hall of Famer? It's disrespect. It's upsetting. You know, and when I saw that Joe Dumas thing, I was like, man, throw that in the trash. It's nonsense. It's nonsense, man.
You know, we've seen other arguments made, right, for people with excellent career. You know, but honestly, I mean, on paper, I could see why somebody would raise the point. It's just you have some guys that were just fortunate to have a wonderful career. This is not a knock on Joe Dumas. He was an excellent player. Um, it's just, as I said, Reggie's Reggie, right? I mean, the icon for his city, etc. Is you have to factor in when we talk in all time. What's your rank? How do you rank a player above each other? You know, um, you have to consider so many different things. What you mean to your city, what you mean to the game, how you transcended the game. And I'm sure Reggie had a direct influence on guys like Steph, you know,
Yeah.
or his pops, you know, and how that in turn influenced Steph, right? So it's
If
Reggie's
I
Reggie, man.
if
Reggie's
I
Reggie.
if I may address something in the comments, somebody says here, Reggie don't have the body of work for that first ballot. Reggie have no
Well,
rings. Carl Malone has no rings. Charles Barkley has no rings. John Stockton has no rings. What are you
T
talking
Mac
about?
has no rings.
T Mac has no rings. T Mac has no playoff tenure beyond the first round.
Well, apart from when the tenure with the Spurs, but that doesn't really count.
He wasn't even
T-Mac.
playing.
He
T-Mac
wasn't.
shouldn't be top 75, by the way. But let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have a better body. How do you block people on this, bro? you block people on this. Man.
No,
Come on,
I agree.
man.
I agree with P. I agree with P. Reggie probably, if T Mac got the first ballot, Reggie should have gotten the first ballot as well.
Wow.
That's what I
What
agree
else
with.
does Reggie have? Have you seen Reggie against Jordan, man?
Oh,
Reggie had Bulls fans like
And
biting their tongues out.
do you
man.
know what they didn't show in the Last Dance? Right?
Reggie
When they had
Miller?
that. Yeah, no, they did show Reggie. Right? What they didn't show in the Last Dance, that in that series against the Bulls that went to 7,
Right.
Yes.
right?
Right.
Only team to bring the Bulls to 7.
Only team to bring the Bulls to 7. Reggie Miller had a severe ankle injury throughout that
Ah.
entire series. Yeah.
I don't remember that, but all right.
I don't
thank you.
remember.
Yeah.
that. I
I'm
don't
an
remember
Indiana
that.
fan. I remember that. This man was
Of course.
hobbling. This man was
Of
hobbling.
course it-
He was
Wow.
hobbled.
Wow. You still
Yeah.
support Indiana, by the way?
Of course, man. All day, every day, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those
he
ball
definitely
clubs
does.
I not a fan of, man.
Hoosiers.
Never
just-
regained.
But you know, it is what it is. You have to respect what that team brings to the table, though. I think they should be a top 4 seed team. By the
Nah,
way.
they're gonna
Um,
make some moves. They're gonna make
Yeah.
some moves.
Well, I don't even think they need moves. I think within the ball club, the personnel, the rotation, there's something there. That team should be balling out. I mean, I just don't understand why they can't keep consistency and win some games. It's just
Well,
they're
it
not,
doesn't
they're
make
not
sense
really
to me.
playing to their strengths. That's the problem.
No, they're not.
Well,
They're
Rick
not.
Carlisle is there now. They have, I think, 5 or 6 players averaging double digits in points. So they're
Yes.
playing. They're winning by committee. Well,
They're
or
bench.
losing by committee.
I ran in the
But-
first episode. First or second episode, I actually ran the stats without telling them what team. Just tell
Yeah.
me, and it was like starter
the
numbers, man, coming off the
The
bench.
stats were good.
Yeah.
The stats were great.
It's outrageous. And when I told them, well, these guys barely a 8 seed at the time, you know, I couldn't believe it, you know, because I mean they should be doing better than that.
I look at them right now, and I really like Rick Carlisle as a coach. I was glad he went across, right?
Yes.
But
same.
but from me looking at the team, what's been happening recently or this season
Mhm.
is the ball movement, right? So while you have the stats of those guys, you have Malcolm Brogdon for some reason since last season has been like real ball hogging, And then you have that
Yeah.
dude that came over from Brooklyn, Karis LeVert. This man is probably the greediest person I've
Yeah.
seen play basketball in the last
Yep.
two
And
Yeah.
he
decades,
should
man.
be, I'll be honest, he should just be a six man and
Yeah,
he's there to
man.
score. He should not be
Yeah.
an
That's like
option
what he
to move the
was.
ball
Well, like what he was when he was on
in
Brooklyn. He was like a
Brooklyn.
six
In
man.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Just come off the bench and score
Instant
some buckets,
offense.
man. Instant
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah, man.
No,
Yeah.
I totally understand. And just to hit back at Wilbur, I've seen T Mac's career, bro. He was talking about my comment not being top 75.
Oh, that's
It's just that,
Wilbur.
yeah,
I
that
just see Facebook user.
that
Yeah. That's what.
that T Mac's career is just too short to be top 75 in my books. It's just I'm not
Yes.
knocking him
Correct.
for his peak is just unbelievable. There are few players you could put against his peak, but I'm just saying career wise it's just too short for me to put him top 75.
I
To
mean,
your
there are a lot
point-
of
to your
players in the
point,
top
actually.
75 that doesn't
Yeah.
need to be there. But all right.
To
Yeah.
your point.
Oh yeah, a lot of
actually,
them.
the greatest player I've
Mhm.
ever seen play, right?
Kobe
Who
being
I-
bad.
Who I thought,
I gotta
barring
I
injury,
gotta hit
would
it.
have
You
gone
better not
down
say
as
T-
probably
don't say T-Mac.
as
Don't
probably
say
the
T-Mac.
greatest player of all time was Anthony Hardaway, bro.
Ah. Penny.
Anthony
All right.
Hardaway, bro. When I looked at this guy, I was like, this guy is a cheat code. He's impossible. I saw him double pump a half court three to win a game.
Yes. I saw that.
Disgusting.
Wow.
This guy was disgusting. First 6 foot, well, outside of Magic, 6'8" point guard, man, dunking
Wow.
on people, hitting shots, playing with Shaq, and I just
Yeah,
thought,
he had
yo,
everything, man. He had everything.
yeah. So I'm
And
just,
you know, funny enough, this guy to me is the only guy at that period in time, those late 90s, early thousands. When I say early, maybe 2001, 02.
Yeah.
I mean, when So right, in fact, not even 01. So we're talking early, late 90s.
99.
Let's just say late 90s.
Yeah.
That could rival Jordan brand wise. Like this guy's campaign.
woo, Lil
Oh,
Penny,
Little Penny.
Lil
And
Penny.
yo, everybody was just hype, and it was because of his game, man. It was just so,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but
Blue
I
chips brought him out.
no, so I mentioned him just to say that I respect T-Mac, you know, and I rate him, to your point, at the peak of his career. I rate him the way he destroyed the Spurs in that 30-second sprint.
rate him, man.
I watched that clip to this day. But then,
Yeah,
but when you just look at the body, what, like you said, it's a short space of time.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
can
just
respect
takes
him.
time.
You know what I'm saying? But like when I compare, okay, the best players I've ever seen in a season, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to the greatest players of all time, you'll have some names coming in and out of those lists. So
yeah.
T-Mac's career wasn't long enough or at a
It's
peak
not
for
long
long enough, to be top 75.
I think it's insulting to the guys that had a full career, successful career, that actually were balling out, and some of them completely were left out. I was left kind of baffled by the top 75 team. But
Dwight
then again,
Howard,
I
off.
don't know exactly. I don't know what was their criteria. I don't know.
Yeah,
Makes
you
no
know,
sense.
you know what actually upsets me at times?
Yeah.
I don't live in the States, right?
Right.
You live out there too. So I don't know if what I see on television really translates to real life. But a
Yeah.
lot of times when they talk about Dwight Howard, they talk about his playfulness and his personality. And I keep going, what does that have to do with anything? If you scoring, if you get in games of 25 and 20, you know what I'm
But
saying?
don't forget, P. Shaq was playful like that too.
Worse.
Even worse.
Even at his peak, he wasn't
Yeah.
grinding. Kobe
He
told
wasn't
us all we
grinding.
need to know about
Yeah.
Shaq, man. So that can't be it,
I
right?
used to play around, so it can't be
That
that.
can't be
so
it,
what
right? It
else
can't be
could
that.
it be?
Well, no,
No.
but you see the difference between Shaq and Dwight is that Shaq is probably the most dominant person we've ever seen. So it's
Listen,
kind of like he can play, eat burgers, be out of shape, and just turn around and dunk
Yeah.
on the whole team,
Yeah.
win the championships, get
and-
finals MVP. So
and
you
the
can, you know,
And half that list are full of gamblers, crack users. The league knows this, by the way. I'm sorry for don't be surprised, but your favorite player from back in the day either used to do drugs or gamble or was involved in something that was not right, so
Right.
the
Most
league
likely.
needs to be very careful with, and maybe someday someone will leak what was the criteria to this, right? But this
I
league
really want
has
to
a,
know personally.
I would really love to see it. I'm kind of shocked that they didn't do something like that, just kind of release it out, say what your criteria is, or if you want to rank people.
There's no
But they didn't do
criteria,
that.
bro. When
They
you
didn't do it.
when you look at the media personnel and they're speaking about their decision as to whether to put one person on versus the other,
Yeah.
Storyline?
yeah, a lot of it
Yeah,
is
it's just
that.
narrative, man.
There's a
Narrative,
storyline,
narrative,
yeah.
narrative.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it
Yeah.
is
That's what
that.
it is.
So
It's
there's actually a
unfortunate.
question. Penny Hardaway or Grant Hill? Ooh.
I'll take Grant.
I know.
I guess the
You
question
know
is
why?
peak
Red or
of
dead.
peak
Red
of
or
what you
dead.
so peak of what you saw, or just what if? Do we take into
He's an
account what
idiot.
if, or I don't know. I mean, for me, I thought Grant Hill was a bit overhyped, man. The
No, he
next
wasn't.
Jordan, the next Jordan. But no, when listen, man, I looked at a few of his games, and you go back from time to time to look at what he was doing. Don't get me wrong, the guy was balling out his mind, but to compare him to what Jordan was doing,
I mean, to be fair, it's not a fair comparison to anyone to be compared to Jordan, right?
yeah,
At the
yeah,
time, because
right,
Jordan had the hype. Jordan was he was the king of the world them time.
yeah,
So to
yeah.
compare anybody to Mike, you would never ever fill those shoes. But
Pen-
to be as his own, he was great.
so let's look at Penny, right? How many years was Penny in the league when Shaq, with his last year with Shaq? I guess is a question.
How many what?
How many years was Penny in the league in that last year with Shaq? When did Shaq leave for
Uh,
LA? Was it like 96, 97?
Yeah,
97, right?
yeah.
So like 97, right? So how many years? When was Penny drafted? Is the question. Because I'm trying to build an argument. I'm trying to see, okay, you could kind of look at Penny. If Shaq was able to look like, I mean, compared to what he was in Orlando, we knew he was a force in Orlando, but he became like something completely different in LA. And yes,
Right.
you
He
could
was
attribute
drafted
that
in
to his coaching.
93.
93. So he had, maybe 4 years
Yeah,
with Shaq.
4 years.
So still relatively young from what we saw, man. So
Yeah.
no, I was gonna look and see if he was really that old in the league, but really he wasn't. So we were looking at a fairly
Raw,
young,
bro. Raw,
young player,
man.
man. I'm taking Penny, man, because
Penny all
if
day.
you look at what he could potentially do, man, he was doing stuff what a small forward would do as a point guard, man, and he was just, man. Just imagine if this guy could get to his peak, what that would have
Yeah.
looked like in the league.
I think
Yeah.
he would have gone down. You see how we having this argument with about LeBron and Jordan. I think he would have been in that conversation had he stayed healthy.
And remember, let's not slight that team. A lot of people like to disrespect what Penny and Shaq did to those Bulls with that number 45
Come
on
on.
Jordan.
Come
People like to
on.
just slip that below and say, oh, he only had 6 months. Listen, I'm a Jordan fan. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Those guys balled out. Give them credit.
Yes.
They had the right pieces.
Yes.
And the Bulls didn't just simply run it back with the same pieces to sweep. They did sweep them the following year, right? I
Yeah.
believe.
The
Yes.
following year,
Yes.
they did.
Definitely.
People forget the Bulls came back with a different roster that
Oh,
next
yeah.
time. They came back ready for
They
Shaq
switched it up.
because they had Rodman that next time. They had
Yeah.
pieces to throw at Shaq. People just assume number 45 lost. Jordan just peeled off the 45, threw on 23. All right, let's do that again. Let's try that shit again.
They forget real fast though.
Bro, they retooled up they retooled
Yeah.
that team
Oh,
to deal with
man.
Orlando and other teams in the East. They didn't retool for the West. I don't think the eyes were on Hakeem and those boys. I think the eyes were on the East, getting out to the
Yeah,
East.
they were trying to get rid of Shaq.
Yeah,
Shaq
yeah,
and-
yeah. So
Definitely.
yeah, wow. So it is what it is. What you got
Yeah.
for us, man? I'm just a guest right now, man. I'm not. I'm supposed to be eating turkey right
Yo,
now. You know,
that's what I'm
I even
saying.
got
This is
stain on
lovely.
the shirt.
This is
Yeah,
I
lovely.
appreciate you coming out. We appreciate you coming out, showing us your
yeah,
face
man.
for that 20
Bless,
minutes.
man. Bless, man. Bless. I'm gonna disappear one time, man. Yo, shout out to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, wherever you are. Um, yo, Jalen Brown, number one option on Boston, man. Blessings, fellas.
Hey man, farm boy balling in the city.
Balling in the city. All right, fellas. I'm out.
Safe man, bro. Cool man.
Oh wow! And on that note, P, I think let me see how long we're here. We're here for about here for over our time limit. I didn't realize we went that far. Wow, talking all that, P.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. It's been fun, man. It's been real. I mean, I
Yeah.
really once again appreciate the opportunity to be on the podcast, and I'm really glad this is a learning experience. I found out that Facebook user is Wilbur. Big up to Wilbur on the outside as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we should definitely do this again sometime, P.
I'm down. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm
Well,
down,
yeah.
man.
It's just, Tuesdays
But I
and
feel like
Thursdays we're here.
y'all sounding real good with y'all studio mics and y'all in y'all booths and stuff. I'm out here living a life on the veranda. I feel like I need to step.
Diversity.
Yeah.
Diversity is good, P.
Yeah. But I need to step my game up too, man. I need to step my game up too. I mean, I'll be in the booth for the next time.
All right, sounds good.
You
We'll
know?
be waiting. So, all right, let me just y'all need to wear y'all Knicks t-shirt. Oh, come on, stop.
Yeah, I think I got a garbage can jersey somewhere.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Next episode.
Somewhere. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us today with our special guest, Pianki, Mr. Shoot 3 from Anywhere, Peace to Saint. A lot of people don't know that nickname, P.
They don't know.
They
Listen,
don't know that nickname.
I was shooting logo threes before Steph, bro.
It's true.
True story.
True.
True story.
It's
True
true.
story.
So yeah, thanks again, P, for helping us out this afternoon. Well, this
I
evening,
appreciate it,
should say.
man. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Truly. It's been a
Thanks
pleasure.
Atway for coming out. Oh,
Yeah.
One more question. We missed the question. I'm
Oh,
not sure if
snap.
we can do this real quick. The question was, what do you think about LaMelo Ball's path to the NBA draft? What kind of impact might it have on young players deciding to go pro or play college ball? Let's
Jeez,
see if
man,
we can answer that real quick.
Wow, you trying to get us to sound all intelligent, bro?
Yeah.
What do you think about LaMelo's path? I think it was bold, daring, risky, unorthodox. However, not recommended by me. Right?
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball, don't get tied up. LaMelo Ball, the Ball brothers, they have a very strong support system. Right? They have a father who goes all out for them. They clearly have a certain level of economic stability and connections, right? It's not the path for the average person to take. I think they're a special case, an anomaly, if you will. And but I mean, kudos to him. He did show an alternative route, and he did sort of take a little bit of power away from the NCAA in their ability historically to monopolize the player pool coming into the NBA. So
yeah, he really changed that system.
He did, but he didn't change it for everybody, bro. he changed it. Yeah, he changed it for himself. Yeah, he changed it for himself and his family. That was it. Yeah. I can't see many other young players, especially those coming from, limited means, taking that route. I mean, where was he? Lithuania at one point in time?
He started in Lithuania, and then he went across to Australia where he had his own team.
Yeah, come on. I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
Who does that? Yeah, I mean, or according to a young lady I used to work with back in the day, who does that? No,
but for real, it's a difficult thing, especially for the young players coming in now, who's in the D League, that's getting, well, I mean, they're getting paid, but they're not getting paid, it's better than playing in the college because they're actually getting money back while playing and doing what they love instead of going to school and just have it as a side, having school as like a
Exactly.
side job kind of thing, not getting
Exactly.
paid. So at least in that breath, they have changed the NBA aspect when it comes to drafting players, and you don't only have to go to one path. They could actually go, all right, I could go to college, get a degree in something if I
Yeah.
want to as well, or I could just go straight and play in the D
Straight.
League and work my way up.
Yep. So many options, man.
So you have those two options.
We see in the comment section here, he had the baller brand and money. Exactly. I mean, that's not. We can't all take the same path, but he definitely did show that there's another avenue. So big up to him.
Yeah.
Big up to him and that move. But still, Lonzo all day, bro.
Oh God. All right. LaMelo all day. All right.
I mean, all right.
Yeah, I got the better ball, brother.
You don't.
Okay. We'll find out soon enough.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thanks, P. Always appreciate your commentary.
Oh man, I appreciate you having me. Thank you very much. Again, shout out to Gordon Hayward. I'm a big fan.
Same here.
Yeah. Something we agree on.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right. So thanks you guys for listening to another episode of the Collective Bargaining Podcast. We appreciate you guys listening to us. We'll see you guys on Tuesday again. It's Tuesday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Yeah, so we see you guys on the next episode on Tuesday. So signing out. See you later, guys.
Peace. Your opinion doesn't matter. I mean, it does, just not to me.